So you've heard me talk about many times to know yourself when it comes to your budgeting and your spending style. Well, apparently I didn't know myself very well.
And then, boom, self-awareness.
I didn't know. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Linin Up Ducks. Yesterday I was doing research for a video about cheap versus frugal. One word, cheap, has a very negative association in the English language.
Cheap is like, I need a pair of shoes, so I'm going to buy a $10 pair of shoes.
Well, yeah.
That hurt my feet and don't last, and I end up buying another $10 pair of shoes. And then I have like 13 $10 pair of shoes.
But I only spent $10.
And frugal has a generally more positive association in the English language.
Being frugal is like, I have one pair of shoes. And like, there might be $200 pair of shoes, but I have one pair of shoes.
And so I decided that I was going to do some research, and I wasn't very happy with what I found. Just take a watch.
So first, what am I cheap or am I frugal?
You're cheap.
No, I'm not. Okay, but yes, I am. Okay, so you know how I'm always saying know yourself, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, apparently I don't know myself very well because I'm reading all of this, you know, cheap versus frugal,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, you're cheap if you do this and you're frugal if you do that. And then I'm sitting there just dying.
And so you're cheap.
I didn't know I was cheap.
Yeah, how did you not know that?
How did I don't know. I thought I was.
Should have took a personality
Oh,
test.
shut up. I thought I was frugal. Like, you know, I'm sitting here going, okay, I'm going to do this great video about being frugal versus cheap. And it's going to look great because I'm going to be on the frugal side.
And then, boom, self-awareness.
I didn't know.
I'm more frugal than you.
No, you are. You are, because you're more likely to spend. How many times have I made fun of you for your $200 pairs of shoes?
So I decided to take a page out of my husband's book. And I thought back and asked myself, what was one self-care thing that I really loved having done, and I paid for it to be done 15 years ago. But I also, on the flip side, still love for it to be done and hate doing it myself. And that one thing would be my nails. I used to have my nails done all the time. It makes me feel pretty. I love it. But I've just not done it. I haven't been able to justify the spending in the last, 15 years. So today, I went and got my nails done. I hate doing my nails by myself. I have my hands shake because of my AS, so the polish always looks horrible. So today, I went and got my nails done. Now, when I paid the $50, that, when I forked over the $50, there was a little bit of pain that came along with paying the bill.
But it hurts my heart.
But I've had floating hand disease ever since. Now I'm going to take one more page out of my husband's book. And I probably won't buy anything because, this is a big old leap.
Like 4 or 5 times in our marriage, just like, I'm going to stop buying cheap clothes. I'm going to buy like really good clothes that just last forever and do a capsule wardrobe. And then you fall off the wagon.
Well, no. I did a capsule wardrobe.
Yeah, finally.
Of cheap clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, I get sticker shock like crazy.
That's expensive.
So I've decided to go to a couple of stores that I really love. Everything in there usually. And I love walking through them. But I always hate the price tags.
Oh no, did you spend $200 on a pair of boots?
Yeah, like a year and a half ago, I saved my Christmas money and all. And how many times have I worn them?
All I can think about is how much they cost.
So I'm going to go look. I'm going to go see. I'm going to go look. I can drop money on my kids like nobody's business. I have no problem spending money on my kids.
You're frugal for the kids.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
but I'm super cheap when it comes to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when it comes to buying something for myself, it's hard.
You know, I have so much money
Those
for
leather
Christmas and
boots.
birthday sitting in my envelope because I can't spend it. I don't know what to spend it on.
You can give it to me, I'll do it for you.
I know you will.
So I'm just going to take a gander at these stores that I haven't dared walk into in a number of years because I just can't stand the sticker shock, and see if I can find a value. I'm not going to say that I can't do full price, but I'm going to see if I can find a value that I can stomach. Score! There's a clearance sale. All right, guys, so here's what I learned. I've always loved the look of Talbot's clothes. I'm very conservative when it comes to my clothes. And post-COVID, I generally hated shopping anyway, just because it's very overwhelming for me sensory-wise in a store having all of those things around me. So I pretty much didn't shop a whole lot before. I just stuck to online shopping. But post-COVID, where you can't try anything on in a store, I've hated shopping that much more, because if there's anything that I hate more than shopping, it's returning things. So I hated spending money on clothes that I wasn't sure whether or not they were going to fit by the time I got them home. And then returning something is something I absolutely cannot stand. I don't know why. It's just... I hate standing in a return line. So that's one of the things that I have definitely changed about my spending habits, is I have realized that about myself. And so I really, really question a purchase before I actually make it anymore. But shopping today at Talbot's, I still hate shopping, but that was a much more pleasurable experience than I have had hands down anywhere else shopping. So I've got 5 pieces, a pair of pants and 4 shirts for about $128, which at Talbot's is really not that bad. Where most of their clothes run between $75 and $150 a piece. Now, I did shop the sale rack. I didn't buy a single thing that was on full price, but I was able to try things on, and there was a wonderfully sweet woman that helped me. You know, I have a very new body type after this last year of COVID. I've gained some weight, and I'm very comfortable with my weight. It doesn't bother me at all, but I've changed shapes. So the things that used to work on me and look good on me don't look good on me anymore. So I think I'm going to give the Frugal a try. I had to go buy some clothes. I have 1 pair of pants. 1 pair of pants that fits me. So here's my challenge. Those cheapies like me, those of you that are cheapos and not frugals that I kidded myself into being for all of these years, here's my challenge. The next thing that you buy on that you see a just amazingly awesome discount, I want you to think to yourself these things. Do I need it? Do I love it enough that I would pay full price for it if I had to? And number 3 is, am I willing to manage the extra thing or things that are coming into my home? So those are the 3 things that I want you to think about. And those are the things that I'm really going to be focusing on to try and change myself from cheap to frugal. It is always a blessing to have you in my life and in my home. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you next time.
This is just you and I talking. Ignore the cable, please.
So I want to break the 4th wall? Put that in the outtakes.
I didn't know I was cheap.
And I was like, cheap or frugal? You're cheap. And you're like, there goes the story. End the clip right now.
Oh, Maxie! Ugh!
Oh, it's going to hit me in a minute, isn't it?
Okay. I think I got what I needed.
Yeah,